What's up, guys? And it has been a day, and I am tired already, but it is gorgeous out. I think it's upper 40s. Been that way all weekend. That's one part that sucks about having this all tore apart. I can't just, oh well, I want to take it out and take it out. But catching up with where we left the yesterday's video. Ugh. We did get the hydro mounted. You can see it moves the whole car. I'll shake it. Moves those, so that's all nice and tight, good to go. I'm not going to put the handle on until I get the dash all on, just so it's not in the way or anything like that. Man, I'm just super tired. I wonder if I should even run a center. That would be, I don't know. That's the worst part about having this all apart. You never know what you want to do. I know I gotta get, come on, there you go. Ugh. I gotta get this thing flocked. And I gotta do the worst part, which is what I'm gonna show you guys now. Alright, now, the part that sucks the most is also the part that is the easiest. Ugh. It's just super time consuming. So that's what makes it the worst. You'll feel across here, all that stuff you laid down. We went across with the angle grinder. And I've started on it already. But you'll feel those little bumps where it's not quite smooth yet. You know, here, all up in here. Everything that you feel that's a bump is what you're going to see underneath the dash block. Now, what I use is I start with, oh, where's it at? I start with an 80 grit, and then I go to a 180, then a 240, then a 320, and then a 400. So, what you're going to want to do, you're going to want to kind of keep your hand flat, and you're going, I go at an angle across where I put the product on, kind of at an angle, flat hand, just back and forth, where you lay the product. And you'll kind of feel it underneath your hand where those bumps are. You'll feel it when you move your hand across it. And it'll eventually go away. It's going to seem like it takes forever, and it takes a really long time. I won't tell you that's not going to happen. But as long as you take your time, this is something you want to take your time on. Think of it, it's the exact same thing as body work on your car. If you don't take time, if you don't prep, you're going to have a poor end result. And the end result, it's already going to be, you know, flocked and in your car. Now, like I said, I always go at an angle. And, you know, with this, you'll actually start to see where the bumps are underneath of them, or where the bumps are, where it's not going to be even. Because it won't sand that part, it'll leave it kind of shiny. And, you know, the point of your 80 grit is just to get it, you know, as close as possible. With this one, this is your more aggressive sandpaper. Now, this would be a whole lot easier with a DA. And what I mean by a DA, for those of you that don't know, that's going to be like a sander, like an air-powered sander. And again, I'm just going over it with the, right here is pretty bad. I can feel that. I'm just going over it, and you'll feel under your fingers where it's not even. And that's kind of where you want to hit it the best at. Just making sure everything is flat. And like I said, it's kind of hard to show, you know, to you guys over YouTube here. But once you start doing it, you're going to feel underneath your fingers the bumps. With the sandpaper, just like you would feel anything else. You know, you feel it across, you feel the bumps, you're going to feel that same thing under your sandpaper. And yeah, it's a longer process. I've done a lot of this already off camera with the 80. Then you're going to go to a 180 sandpaper. Same thing. Angles. You know, not a whole lot of pressure, but some pressure on your hand. Make sure you got your hand flat. You know, don't be doing this, for instance. You might think it's flat, but each one of your fingers actually got more pressure on it. So I just kind of keep my hand flat on it. Go across. And like I said, take your patience, or be patient with it. You know, the more time you put into prep, the better it's going to look. And for most of us, it's winter time. So it's build season anyways, and unless you got huge big plans to go on this winter, you got more than enough time to take your time and make it look good. Because what's going to make you more angry is thinking you put in the time and having it look bad at the end of the day. And, you know, this is kind of, I've never done this before. This is something I've never done. And I want to show you guys and myself that it can be done by anybody. And, you know, paying $300 for an uncracked dash because you don't know how to do bodywork, sand, and flock isn't necessarily the thing to do. You know, all said and done, after purchasing the flock, I'll be in this $60, where, you know, you look at the price of dashes, uncracked dashes, and they're in the, you know, 2 to 3 range, and that's just insane. And again, this is 180. Put a whole lot more time in it, but I'm kind of just cruising through this so you guys can kind of see, and then I'll do a lot of it off camera. You guys don't care about this part. Now I'm using a 240. Now, these vents, what I did do, and a lot of you guys might, you know, be interested in that. I just used that see-through transfer paper. You can get it at Walmart for like nothing. Put it over the vents, and I kind of traced over the hole, and then I had it cut. I cut it out of some thin sheet metal, put it in, and then glued them in. You know, we're flocking right over them, so I'm not, you know, too worried about it. But it's going to look a whole lot better than big empty holes in the dash. And it's a whole lot better than spending all that money on used dash vents that you don't need anyways because you took all your HVAC out. This is actually coming out pretty well already. Like I said, I put in a lot of time behind the scenes, not on camera, because you guys don't care too much about this, but like I said, I wanted to go through this whole flocking the dash step by step, and not what everybody says it is online, which is, you know, take your dash out and flock it. That's all you gotta do. That's not true. They know it's not true. You know, it's a process. There's not many things in the car world you can do that's just do right away with no prep work or no, you know, preparation at all, and it just works. There's not. Okay, and then we'll just hit this with a 320. I'm going to stop at 320. But yeah, just the big things here. Keep your hands flat. Use a, you know, you can buy a flat board if you want. Just with the amount of curves that are on the dash, it's going to make it a whole lot harder to use one. And you know, again, I'm not going for perfection. I understand it's not going to be perfect, but I want it to look good. I don't want it to look like, you know, we just threw it together without trying and hope for the best. So, alright, so now we're going to hit this with the blower here. Alright, now what I was kind of telling you guys about, when you sand it, you'll kind of see where it's not flat. You know, this is really coming along pretty good, but you'll see right in here, you see all those little white marks? Those are little imperfections. I gotta keep sanding and get those out. But you know, it's coming in through. You know, same thing here where the dash is. I do have to drill a hole through here. Right here where that second bolt goes through, right in here, just to oh, well, I don't make the dash fall off now. There we go. Just so I can install, and you know, the dash and uninstall. And I'm just going to do the one there in the center. I'm not going to do those two out here. I'm going to do that one. The one on this side. The one on that side. The two in the center here. And the two over here. That should be more than plenty. This is also a good time to clean up the VIN number if you need to. But what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to fit and sand a little bit more on this guy. You know, you'll see I gotta get the bend quite right, and it's a lot of back and forth. And this is where it's gonna sit. Fits pretty good, except for right here. I gotta keep sanding, get that edge going. So let's put it up on the bench grinder and start taking the edge down. And you know, this might look like a lot of tools I have here, but you know, a lot of this stuff you can get pretty cheap. The bench grinder I got on eBay for 30 bucks. So, oh. So we're going to hit that with the grinder and try to take some of that down. Alright, now it is some fabbing. You know, you got to keep going back and forth, and a lot of people don't like that. But, you know, right here's where it's at. As of now, and that looks, you know, pretty decent. I mean, it fits pretty good along this edge. And, you know, once we get it in, and I make all this right, you know, you can kind of see I'm following an edge here, and, you know, smoothing it out on my way through. I'm stopping here because, you know, I don't have the center console in, so I can't keep going. But I'm just doing a little bit at a time. And right here is where it's going to sit in the car. Now, also, you know, I got to cut out in here somewhere where the hydro is going to be. But I can't do that also until it's in the car. That one's going to be something I'm going to be able to use a jigsaw or something on. Or, you know, a cut-off wheel. There we go. But, you know, we'll get it in right. And again, remember I'm mounting it to these holes here. And I get it to sit up because it's, you know, that's where it would sit in. And they get it to sit up, you know, I'll put some spacers back here to where it'll sit right where we want it up here. Right like that. That is perfect. And then I'll bevel this edge around, you know, curve it to follow the edge over here, which is missing because of this over the standard cover. But, you know, it's coming along. It's looking alright. See if I can get a piece of tape or something on there and check that out. There you go. I mean, follows the line pretty good. How about there's where it's going to sit. So, I don't know. I think that'll look pretty decent. I don't think I'm going to leave it the chrome diamond plate. I think I'm either going to paint. I think I'm going to paint it actually, because I am going to flock that. I am going to flock this. So, I don't know. I might just paint this, kind of break the two up a little bit, I guess. But I don't know why I decided to flock it that, but I think it'll just flow better. I got it out. Might as well, you know, do what I can. But, you know, the diamond plate, that's gonna look pretty nice. Look pretty nice. Now, carrying on with the interior stuff, we're gonna be on that for a hot minute until I get the flock in. I don't know when that's gonna come in and I can flock that and get that done. But I did have some people tell me while I have it out, well, all the interior, you know, dash plastic out, I should, like, this piece here, the other side, which on the other side of the car, you know, the steering wheel and stuff, I should paint that stuff while I have it out. That's not something I really want to do. I think, you know, painting plastic on the inside kind of looks a little gaudy. Doesn't have a really good look. Has a really cheap vibe to it, which, you know, this whole channel's about being cheap. But without looking cheap, I suppose. Anyways, you know, if that's something you guys want to see, you know, let me know. You know, maybe I might order some cheap plastic somewhere and get it done. But, you know, that's not something I want to do. But, you know, I do want to, you know, get a move on with the interior here. Get this flocked. Get it in. Get the dash back together. Get the hydro back in. And, you know, be done with the inside for now until I get, you know, some other parts that don't, the dash, you know, whatever, just to kind of clean up a little bit. But I do want to get the intercooler piping off, get that painted. Door cards, I want some LRB door cards, get those ordered and on. The mirrors I'm not supposed to know I got for Christmas on. And let me know what you guys think, if I should run the Quan Hydro handle. I'm kind of thinking about doing a design of my own. You know, or where's that old girl at? This pink one I had made. The only downside of this, it's really heavy. It's made of, you know, 1-inch solid. And it's a heavy old girl. So, you know, let me know what you guys think. If you think I should run that, make one, or run that one. I don't know. Either way, I'll let you guys decide. You guys can run the channel if you want. I'll be your worker slave. You tell me what you want to see. So, till next time, like, comment, subscribe. Stay with me. Stay positive. We'll get this done. We'll get this in the car. We'll get moved on to something else. Like I said, everybody on YouTube wants to make it seem like it's super easy. Take your dash out, flock it. That's all you gotta do. That's fucking bullshit. Don't listen to it. You gotta take it out. And when it's out, you might as well clean up some shit behind the dash. Take out the HVAC if you're not using it. Clear up some wires if you're not using them. If you don't have vents, cap the vents. Make something there. Make it all look good. Sand it down. You guys are watching. Y'all. If you're made this far, don't know what the hell that was. I don't have any idea what that was. Till next time, like, comment, subscribe. Share with your friends. Keep on sliding.